Hi there, it's Emma from Emma's Cards and Paper Crafts. Today I've got the Heirloom Arrangements kit to share with you. So this kit is slightly different to most of the card kits. I will just get it unwrapped and show you. So, in this kit you get pecan pie. And we've got our little stamp sets. This is the stamping kit. And when I can get it out, let's get this unwrapped and get the instructions out. And I'll be able to explain a little bit more. So, okay, here's our instructions. So where this differs in this kit is we actually have 8 completely different cards rather than having 3 of 3 different designs, for example. So in today's video we are going to make our first couple of cards. This one will probably be a 2, maybe a 3-parter, depending on how things go. But we're going to start off with card 1, which is this lovely blue background here. So this is our handy dandy piece of paper that goes with our stamp set. So we're going to cut off this piece later on and I can put that in an empty stamp box, which I have right here. And then I just keep my stamp set in there once I finish the kit. And this one's actually quite a versatile one, so you've got quite a few greetings here, just a random one and a butterfly, and I think that's quite cute. So that's one of the main reasons I bought it, as well as actually getting 8 different cards. So first things first, let's see what we've got in here. Let's see how things are set up. Because like here we've got 1 and 2. So I'm wondering whether pieces for each of the cards are set up on sheets of like card 1 and card 2. So this is our envelopes. We've got 4 with the crisscross pattern inside, and we've got 4 with like a text style inside. And then we've got 2 of the cream colour, 2 of the pink colour, 2 of the blue, and then 2 of this one, which has got text all over as well. So you've got 2 with the crisscross pattern and 2 with the text pattern. So this one's more of a red. I'm going to have to look up the colours in this one because they're not immediately jumping out at me. I'm going to say this one's possibly got Cajun Craze. And but yeah, it's not immediately jumping out at me what they are. This one could be Cloud Cover and maybe Pretty Peacock. But still, so let's see how this works out. So we've got all of our sentiment pieces there, bits and bobs. Are the bits and bobs? No, so it looks like it's all just random. And we're going to find our pieces. So what I'm going to do to avoid losing any pieces like I did on my last kit, I managed to find it in the end. It was just falling down the side of my desk. But when I had my big clear up a couple of weeks ago now, I pulled the whole desk out and I found lots and lots of little bits down there that I previously lost. I also love how this has got quite a vintage feel to it, but with also having pops of colour as well. So we start off with this one. So we're going to start by looking for, so this is showing us how to decorate our envelope. Step 2 is showing us our pieces. So you can see for a start, first things first, we need this pink piece here. I think that's it from this sheet though. Yep, so I'm going to pop that one straight back in the box. And then we need the tealy colour. I'm going to say it's got to be Pretty Peacock. That butterfly there, so that's that piece and that piece. Now we're looking for an hexagon, whatever I was going to call it. I was going to say octagon then, but octagon's 8 sides, isn't it? Flowers. Are either of these our flowers? No, it appears not, so we don't need that sheet. So this sheet has got our, so that one is definitely for this one. I've got a funny feeling the other one must be, yes, the other one is on here. So that's this one here. So that's that one. And now we just need to find our hexagon piece. Ah, spotted it. So that's our hexagon. And then we need, I'm going to say it's one of the smaller ones of these, because, let's have a quick peek, let's see what sentiment's gone in others. Yes, so the I appreciate your kindness must be the bigger ones, and then the for you must be the smaller one. So, there we go. And of course we need our card base, which is one of those ones. So this is card number 1. So actually I thought it was 6 cards, but I believe it's actually 8 cards. No, it is 8 cards, isn't it? Because we looked at the front, didn't we? Let's have a quick peek. Yes, it is definitely 8. So the first card we're making is this one here. So I'm going to pop my instructions in front of me. I'm going to need to put a little bit of tearing tape on here and a little bit of tearing tape on here, 2 pieces on here and a piece on here. These are dimensional, so we're going to do the tearing tape pieces first. So also, as this is quite a big kit, we've got a full size sheet of dimensionals. And then also get, as always with every stamping kit, you get your block. And we did get pecan pie, but I'm going to pop that one away, and I'm going to use my big stamping pad of pecan pie, because I like to keep my little ones for packing to take on holiday and things like that. So which way does that go? So we need a piece at the top and the bottom, it says. I didn't flip this one over. Or did I? Yes, I did. It's just because it's vellum. Right, and it says to put it across where these leaves are here. Now that's probably significant because it's going to be hidden behind something if we put it there. Because vellum, obviously you can see everything through it. That bit goes on there, and then a nice long piece for this bit here. And then these, actually you can pick which side of your card you'd like to use, because the text on that is sideways, so it's not really upside down, but this is upside down. I feel like I'm going to go for this side. So then it's saying to layer our, I'm going to need my pokey tool because I still have nails at the moment and I still haven't quite got accustomed to them again. Had a big break from having nails, as my nails were getting quite soft underneath or they weren't getting enough sunlight to them. So I took a momentary pause on having nails, so I haven't had any since like January, and now we're back to it again just for a special occasion because I went to a concert. So that one goes in the centre of the card. Next up it says this one. And that goes over the top, but it shows in my picture that we still need to be able to see this one. So if we're going to follow it to a T, we may as well do it properly. So that's going to go like that. and then our vellum piece first. Just need to look a little bit closer at this bit, see what angle we're putting this at. So just pointing my pieces just as they are, and slightly to this side here. So I'm going to stick it like that, and like that. And then next up is our other flowers. And they're going... Oops, I've just noticed I've got this hanging off the bottom of my cards. So let's see if I can carefully peel this off. Leave the tearing tape where it was. Okay, that's a bit better. Oh no, I've gone and stuck this bit to my desk now. Silly me. I'm going to have to put another bit of tearing tape behind the top of those, because I've bent them when I peeled them off. Like that. And I'm getting myself in a right old pickle here. Right, so that's holding that down flat now. Now this is going on top here like so. Now I need some dimensionals for the back of the butterfly. 1, only 2, 2. Our butterfly is going to go just about here, and then our sentiment will go here. So let's find my pecan pie. Okay, and get a decent block. So we want for you. There we go. Side. Pop that in the middle. There we go. And then this also needs a couple of dimensionals. So what I really love about this kit is it's not repetitive, because they're all different cards. Because sometimes with some kits you get several of the exact same card. You don't necessarily want to give away the exact same card to several people. So that's why sometimes I go off piece with what I do with my cards. Right, and now we need to stamp our envelope. So it's the text one for this one. There we go. And we're just going to stamp on the back. I'm going to take our abstract piece, and then we're going to stamp that down in this corner here. There we go. Stand that out of the way and grab another block for the butterfly. My butterfly I want just at an angle, just there. There we go. So that is card number 1. So I'm going to pop that onto one side, and let's have a look to see what the next one is, but I'm going to close up this ink momentarily. So next up we have one here. So let's go through our pieces again. So we're going to need another one of the text cards. And then let's go through all of our pieces to find out what we need. So we need one of these big ones, like so. So that's all we need from that one. And then we need anything off of this sheet we need. Nope. I need this one here. This kit's almost like a sweetener kit because you get to make everything that coordinates, but they're not the same or not identical. So that's this one. And then so that's that sheet. Then we need this one here. That one. And then anything off of this one. No, we're looking for, there we go, we're looking for this yellow one here, I think. Yep. And then this side profile of a butterfly. And then I think that's it. Yeah, because we don't need any of these ones. And then we also need our envelope. So let's stamp our envelope first this time because all the envelopes are actually stamped in the same design. We'll get all of our stamping done quickly. That's that one. And then our butterfly. There we go. Ink on my hand. And then I need, let's use the back of this one actually. I appreciate your kindness on this one. So and we need to find the bit that I need to stamp on, which is that one there. Hopefully that's reasonably straight. Yeah, it's good enough. It will do. So then we can get the ink put away again. And now we can check out our assembly. So again, our sentiment and our butterfly are going to need dimensionals. So 2 for you and 2 for you. Got to keep things fair. And then the rest again is tearing tape. So put a tiny bit on the back of this flower. So just a little bit on the back of the flower there. And then this one says to put it down on the very bottom leaves. And again, just a tiny bit. So over there a minute, and then the back of, oh, I missed a piece, I forgot the tag. I knew there was something I was missing. There we go, yeah, that's the tag we need. So then a piece of tearing tape on the back of each of these. There. That goes there. Goes there, and then just a couple of slightly smaller pieces either side on this one, it says. There we go. so let's hold our card base again, put our envelope up top, and then, so first things first, it says to put our tag up the top here. I love how these cards have got lots of layers to them. Saying about, I want to say about there. Then we want our banner piece. That's going to come over here, like so. Then our floral oval. Make sure we put it out the right way. And then pop that somewhere there will do, I think. And then we need to put our leafy piece. I'm going to pay a bit more attention this time to where I stick it to make sure I'm sticking it in the right place. So let's stick it about there. And then the flower. And then we're going for butterfly. Like so. And then our sentiment. Just below our butterfly. Move that across a little bit, just so we can see the edge of the tag there. There we go. So that's card number 2. There we go. Let's see how we're doing for time. Probably squeeze one more in. I'm doing this pretty quickly before my kids get home from school. So well, actually the instructions only show you how to do 2 of them. So that's the instructions for card 1 and 2, which is what we've done. And then down here, it just gives you the image of the layouts of the others. So let's have a look. Which one shall we do? I think I feel like this one. So yeah, I'm quickly recording this video in before my children get home from school, because I know I'm not going to have time otherwise this week to get recorded before Wednesday, and I want to stick to routine of doing Wednesdays now because it seems to be good for me normally. So I believe it's that one there. And then this one must be this one here, I think. So that's that one. And then we're looking for the only way to know for sure is to start layering things up in the right places so I can see whether I'm missing things. So that goes like that. I feel like this one doesn't have any of these. And then of those match. Nope. Ah, there's my missing flower. So that's my missing flower. And then it's just a green tag there as well, I think. I think ahead of doing part 2 of this video, I will sit and put all of my pieces in the right pile and figure them out properly, so that we don't have this dilemma for the next one, or for the next 5, should I say. So we'll do 3 today and then 5 on the next one when I've got a little bit more time to spend. Next week I've got some extra days off. The pieces aren't going in the box very flat and I don't want to bend them and ruin it. So that's that. Right. So doing this one here, this is all my pieces. We need thankful and grateful for the next stamp. And another block. Luckily I have lots of blocks, especially lots of these ones from the kits. We've already done the envelope twice now, so I feel like you don't need to see the envelope process. So I feel like this one goes down first because it's underneath there. That's underneath there, and I feel like the stamped piece and that flower are going to be the bits on dimensionals. So let's get these 2 down first. Put a little bit of tearing tape on there. That was a bit too much. Perhaps that's more like, yeah, that's more like this size piece. And we need to pop out our little circle doodah bit of our tag. And then a little bit smaller piece for this one. There we go, that's better. So there we go. And there we go. So I'm actually going to conveniently use my grid here. So I think it's this line here. So my leaf should be in line with that, this edge bit here. So the grid's going to be rather helpful for me. And it needs to be tilted at an angle so that this, yeah, so this bit slightly below where it starts to get a bit faded is where that gap goes. Don't stick on me now. So like that. And then this one, it's going to come yeah, 2.5 squares up. So yeah, that makes sense. It's just by this blue flower. There we go, like that. And then next one's this one here. I'm going to put a bit of tearing tape on that one. Just make sure you can see. There we go. Probably didn't see the last little bit then because it wasn't quite in view. Now I've got a lot bigger working space on my desk. Finding my parameters is going to be a challenge again. So used to working in such a small space from before. So like that goes around about there, and then these flowers go like so. Oh, and I've just chucked my tearing tape on the floor. Got a little bit extra tear and tape on the bottom there that I didn't need. It's fine. We won't waste it, we'll just stick it on the side. So this one's extra firmly stuck down. Like that. So then want our leaves, just touching these leaves. A little bit of that hanging off the back. Yeah, looks about right. I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. Looks like it's going to be 2 because they're stuck together. And then flower goes right about there. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment. And then get some dimensionals on the back of this one. Like so. And then this goes somewhere right about there. So I'm going to pop the stamps out of the way. So there is card number 3. So let's get these all down to show you. Instructions out the way. Instructions out the way. Out the way. Out the way. Block off to the side so it's ready to be cleaned. So we've only got 2 envelopes so far, but we have 3 cards, all different, all beautiful, and very, very simple to put together. So I hope you've enjoyed watching today's part 1 of the Heirloom Arrangements card kit. Part 2 will definitely 100% be with you next Wednesday, and we will do the other 5 cards. And I will see you then. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.